Finding the next James Bond actor will, unsurprisingly, not be easy. After being cast in the role for 2006 Casino Royale, Daniel Craig's version of the iconic British spy bid farewell to audiences at the end of No Time to Die. Craig's iteration of the character was one of the most well-received out of the 7 actors who have played James Bond. Therefore, the next actor to play 007 in the upcoming James Bond 26 will have major shoes to fill. It has been 3 years since Craig's Bond's heroic conclusion in No Time to Die, and there have been hardly any updates on the next movie in the long-running spy franchise. The gap between No Time to Die and the upcoming James Bond the 26th of May actually end up being the longest between Bond movies ever. Bond 26 will usher in a brand new era for the franchise, so, understandably, the new movie is taking longer than usual. However, fans are eager for the next chapter, and to learn who will be the next Bond actor. Why casting the next James Bond is so difficult after Daniel Craig. Craig quickly won skeptics over with his performance in Casino Royale. Throughout the many eras of the James Bond franchise, it has always been difficult to find a new actor to play the larger-than-life character. For example, even though fans ended up praising Craig's Bond, many people were furious when an actor with blonde hair was cast as 007. Years later, now that fans are more vocal than ever on social media, it is likely that the next Bond will be the most contended yet. Providing an update on the search for the new James Bond, franchise producer Barbara Broccoli admitted that they are expecting the casting to be controversial, via The Independent. Broccoli also revealed the conditions that the next Bond actor needs to meet. According to Broccoli, the next Bond actor must be a man in his 30s who is willing to commit to the role for at least a decade. She also stated that the actor does not need to be white like all the other previous Bonds have been. While the new star being in their 30s is just preferred rather than absolutely necessary, it is clear that the producers want a specific type of actor to portray Bond, which will make their search difficult. Who are the best candidates and frontrunners for the next James Bond? Several actors have been rumored James Bond candidates. However, finding the next Bond actor is not an impossible task, and according to the producers' conditions, several frontrunners are still in the race. For the last year, the main actor rumored to be attached to the role has been Aaron Taylor-Johnson, who is 34 years old. At various points, it was even rumored that Taylor-Johnson's casting as Bond would be officially announced, but no such announcement was ever made. Other actors who have been discussed as candidates are Regine Page, Richard Madden, Jack Lowden, and James Norton, who are all also in their 30s. Another British actor who has been a popular fan cast for James Bond is Theo James, who is just about to turn 40. Therefore, if the producers are a little lenient on age, James could make for a great Bond. On the flip side, 28-year-old up-and-comer Paul Mescal, who stars in Ridley Scott's Gladiator 2, could be a great pick for the role if the producers went with a very young Bond. Due to the age preference, longtime Bond hopefuls like Henry Cavill, Idris Elba, and Tom Hardy may no longer be in the running, but there is always a chance. How much longer will casting the next James Bond actor take? James Bond 26 is likely still years away. It has been 3 years since Craig concluded his run as Bond in No Time to Die, and hardly any major news about Bond 26 has been revealed. While the next James Bond's casting will likely be the first big announcement surrounding the next film, producers are hopefully actively developing the highly anticipated spy movie and can move forward quickly once they have found their Bond. If a story for Bond 26 is currently being developed, it is possible that the next James Bond installment could be released in 2026. However, it is more likely that James Bond 26 will come out in 2027 or 2028. Since there is a lot of pressure on the next James Bond movie to live up to the Daniel Craig films, it is wise for the producers to take their time in writing an intriguing story and again casting the perfect 007.